In case you are thinking of migrating to Australia on a student visa and you want to know the cost involved, then please watch this video. In this video, I'll basically give you guys an estimate in regards to how much to look at when you make the decision to come and study in Australia. Please know that every figure I'm going to give out in this video is just an average figure, okay? So nothing is certain. Everyone's cost is going to be different and it's going to be on a case-by-case study. So your estimated cost is going to be based on the sort of course you come to study in Australia and also the sort of uni you go with, okay, and the sort of country of origin you're coming from. So this is basically just to give you guys an idea. I'm not saying this is how much it's going to cost you, but what I'm basically saying is this is how much you should be looking at on average if you decide to come and study in Australia. Before we get into this video, again, please note that I'm not a migration agent, so please use any advice in this video as general advice only. Without talking too much, let's get right into it. Okay guys, so I've got my Excel sheet here. Okay, so Australian student visa cost breakdown. Again, this is just an estimate. I'll be entering the numbers in Australian dollars and I'm going to convert that automatically into US dollars. I'm recording this video on the 3rd of March 2024, and as of today's rate, Australian dollars to US dollars is 0.65. So basically multiply every number I enter here by 0.65 and it should have the conversion rate in US dollars, if that makes sense. But since I'm in Australia, I'm going to enter all the figures in Australian dollars. So let's get right into it. So IELTS or PTE. So of course, before you embark on the journey to come and study in Australia, you need to make sure you register and sit for your IELTS academics. And as I'm talking to you now, that is going to cost you 445 Australian dollars as I'm talking to you guys in March 2024. Again, this will also depend on where you're watching this video from. So let's say if you're in India, Pakistan, Nepal, Ghana, Nigeria, Kenya, this figure might be different, okay? Of course, you need an educational agent to help you with the application process. Now, the educational agent's fee is very minimal cost. Most educational agents get commissions from the uni or college. Okay, so hence their educational agent's fee is very minimum. So you'll be looking around anywhere from like 250 Australian dollars to 500 Australian dollars. But on average, let's just put 350 Australian dollars for an agent to help you with the process. So in case you get admission into one of the colleges, congratulations. You need to pay an admission fee, which is roughly 250 Australian dollars. Once you pay out the admission fee, now to get your COE, which means confirmation of enrollment, you need to pay mostly the first semester or the first trimester fee. The sort of fees you'll be paying will depend on the sort of college or uni you enrolled at and also the sort of degree you want to take. So let's say if you want to take like a bachelor's in nursing or in something in regards to law and the rest, those are somewhat expensive as compared to other courses like cookery, like other vet courses like cookery and the rest. So most times any higher educational course is going to cost more as compared to vet course. It all depends on the sort of program you decide to undertake in Australia and also the sort of uni or college you decide to go with. But on average, let's say if someone is coming to Australia to study something in the higher educational sector, on average you should be looking around 15,000 Australian dollars. This is just an average, guys. Again, this can be a little bit more or a little bit less, okay, but you should be looking around 15,000 Australian dollars for the first semester or for you to get your COE. Once you've paid your tuition fee, of course you need overseas health insurance. So this is also really important. And again, this cost will depend on how long you're going to study in Australia for. So let's say if you are coming here to do your master's program normally goes for 2 years, you need to make sure you pay the whole 2 years health insurance. If you are coming to do your bachelor's, Most bachelors will go from 3 to 4 years. You need to make sure you have all your 4 years health insurance paid for. Every provider is also going to have like a difference in prices. Okay, again, your educational agents will be able to recommend the most affordable one. But on average, let's say if someone is coming here to do their bachelor's of social work, this basically goes for 3 to 4 years. So let's say if they're going to go for 4 years, we should be looking on average around 2,500 for their overseas health insurance. Okay, now once you've got your COE, congratulations. We now move on to the visa lodgement. Okay, so visa subclass 500. As I'm talking to you guys now in 2024, the price to lodge a visa subclass 500 is 710 Australian dollars. So once you've lodged that, if you are living overseas, you need to go get your biometrics done. You also need to go get your health examination done. So getting your biometrics, I'm basically from Ghana, and it roughly costs 20 Australian dollars to get your biometrics done. And for the health examination too, I'm from Ghana, it basically costs around $500 to get all your medicals or health examination done. Once you get that out of the way, then you need your air ticket. So let's say you've got your visa grant. Congratulations, you now need your air ticket. Okay, so your air ticket again will depend on the sort of country you are traveling from to Australia. I'm from Ghana, West Africa. We are really far away from Australia. Basically, on like a single ticket from Ghana to Australia, you should be looking around 2,500. So again, this will also be based on where you're traveling from. Now, accommodation. So accommodation can be somewhat expensive. So if accommodation too, you'll be looking around on average $1,500 per month. Okay, and we also have food, transports, and utilities. Of course, you're going to eat. Of course, you need transportation to travel to your uni. If you live closer to your uni and it's a walking distance, then congratulations. If not, then of course you need transportation. Okay, and also you need to pay for electricity, internet, mobile phone, and the rest. So on average, let's say that is also going to cost you 500 Australian dollars. And I've got other here. Of course, life is not stable. Even though I've tried as much as possible to list all the expenses you'll be looking at, you never know what sort of expense is going to pop up from somewhere. Okay, so let's say you need at least 1,000 Australian dollars to get you by. So again, on average, you should be looking around 25,275 Australian dollars for you to embark on the journey to coming to Australia to study. So if you are thinking of traveling to Australia, this is what you should be looking at. Again, if you want to have like an idea in regards to accommodation, food, and transport once you get to Australia, and this website is really good. So when you come here, study in Australia. So okay, study australia.gov.au. This is a government website, and they break things down easily. And there you go, guys. I hope this breakdown was useful. So in case you are thinking of coming to study in Australia and you're sort of confused in regards to how much money you need, then this sort of breakdown basically helps you estimate right. Again, if you are thinking of coming to study in Australia and you need help with the process, email me on settlinginaustralia@gmail.com, and I'll be there to assist you with the process. I'll see you guys in my next video. Bye bye.